My name is Alisa Starr, and here is yet another story from me selling at the bar. so, okay, last night I was at Linda's and I was in the backyard. I walked up to a table, and it's on next to me. There's a guy, and then his friend, who's another guy, and then across from them are two women who they look to be dating. At least the guy standing next to me, the handsome one, was in a relationship with one of the girls. I couldn't tell who. They didn't really give that information away while they were looking. But they all said yes. They wanted to look at my stickers. And so everybody's got a pile they're looking through. And they're making jokes and they're showing them to each other, and everybody's laughing and having fun. And the girls are very private. The girls, like sitting across this table, are like, they'll show one to one of the guys every once in a while, but they're mostly just like really, like, kind of whispering to themselves. Everybody's in their 30s ish. So, okay, so the really handsome guy next to me shows me his sticker. It's one of my really old ones. It says, "I'm sorry your ass hurts today." And he was like, "You know what I thought when I saw that?" And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Chloroform." And I was like, "What?" like, what? And he laughs too. And I was like, "I don't understand why." He's like, "That's just what I thought." And I was like, "Okay, thousands of people have seen this, and you're the first person to make it rapey. Like, why are you thinking chloroform? What the fuck?" I was like, "Why wasn't like this just? Why didn't you read this as consensual ass play?" And he was like, "I don't know." And he was kind of like, and I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "Okay, no little sisters for you. This guy, do not let him around a little sister. That's not cool. That is suspicious." And as soon as I went that far with it, like to shame him about knowing rape jokes instead of to be like, "Oh, that's so bro, man," um, he folded up his arms, pushed my stickers away, and pouted. Period. Just wouldn't interact with me or the stickers anymore. And then he pouted at his friends, right? And the dude next to him was clearly still uncomfortable. Like just fully, like, his bro had been like called out for making something rapey that wasn't. Um and he wasn't sure what to do, which, by the way, is why we say not all man but every time a man. Like, if you can't chime in with me when I note that something's rapey, then you're also not a safe guy to be around, period. Right? The two girls heard my little bit about him being rapey, and one of them is partnered with him. I didn't know which one, but they giggled a little bit. They looked at me, they noted that he was pouting, and then they went on to take like 15 extra minutes to decide what they were buying from me. And you could tell from his attitude, if I had made him keep talking about it, his feelings or whatever, that he really wanted everyone else to be like, "Don't say that about our dude. He's allowed to be around people's little sisters," or whatever. Nobody defended him, and nobody was interested in fighting with me about the fact that he'd said something fucked up, right? So, and I'm comfortable in the uncomfortableness. I kind of think it's hilarious at this point because they want him to sit with it. They made him sit with it. They made him sit there pouting uncomfortably, glaring at them, like sending like hate stink to me from next to me. Uh and they ignored him, and they kept looking at my shit, and they figured out how much money to give me, right? So the thing is I'm standing next to him, and I'm trying not to make it into too big of a deal because I don't want it to escalate beyond this passive aggressive interaction, right? I do still want to get a little bit of money out of the girls, and I kind of want to see what's going to happen next. But I'm done. I made my point. People shouldn't let this one beautiful dude. That's the other thing. He was so beautiful. He was so beautiful that that most people don't argue with him. Men want to be him, women want to fuck him. So people aren't calling this guy out on shit, right? And he's just sitting there mad as fuck. And so I'm like jimming an invisible camera over the girls. Just doing that. Just, "I guess this is happening. This is still happening." Like, to get like some of my giggles out while it takes them forever. So anyway, I walked around the rest of Linda's. I had a good time. Nothing really ever, like, it wasn't resolved in any way beyond me just calling this dude out. His female, the people who want to hang out with him, the women in his life, being like, "Yeah, I'm glad you have to sit with this woman saying this to you for a second. We're gonna make sure that it takes even longer." And me also, I think I gym an invisible camera like kind of nonstop throughout the night. I guess I didn't realize until yesterday when I was like staring at a wall doing it. Although the Linda's wall is really beautiful. It's like it's like a paint by number that somebody hasn't finished. So the numbers are still there, and it still says that you should paint there. And so I'm always standing there selling, looking at the wall, thinking, "Oh, I wish I could paint right now." Thanks for listening to my story. For those of you who don't know, my name is Alisa Starr, and I make snarky stickers and cards, and I sell them in bars from a box that hangs beneath my boobs. And if you want to support me and listen to more of my stories, you can go to snarkycards.etsy.com or subscribe. Thanks, guys.